Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today we're reviewing the RadRunner 2 from Rad Power Bikes. Let's check it out. The RadRunner 2 is the latest version of Rad Power Bike's popular utility e-bike. The whole idea behind the RadRunner is it's kind of a do-anything e-bike. It's got a big ol' rack on back that you can use for cargo duty, not to mention the front mount for adding a big cargo basket. But then it's also small enough to still be a normal-sized, everyday bike, not like a long-tail cargo bike that feels like you're pedaling a canoe around. Plus, it's got those 3.3-inch tires that make it comfortable to ride off-road and on trails or even bumpy grass, even without the bike having any suspension at all. 3-inch tires feel like this nice balance between narrower city tires and full-on fat tires. They get the nimble benefits of smaller tires and the cushy ride benefits of wider tires. And I love that 20-inch size, since it keeps the bike rather small without reducing the ride quality too much. The RadRunner 2 is nicely spec'd as well. In back, we've got our typical 750-watt rad motor, and in the middle, we've got that typical rad battery. It's a removable pack, though it's a bit tight and takes some wiggling sometimes to slip it out. It's rated at 48 volts and 14 amp hours for 672 watt hours of capacity. Range is somewhere between 25 to 40 miles, and which end of that spectrum you land on really comes down to your type of riding. If you're using the pedal assist, you'll be pleasantly surprised. If you use it like a motorbike and rely on throttle 100% of the time, you'll land closer to the 25-mile end of that range. But even if you don't think you'll pedal that much, you might be surprised. The large 52-tooth chainring means the pedal cadence at 20 miles per hour is quite good, and the single-speed drivetrain means you don't have to worry about shifting gears. If you're in a hilly area, you might also be surprised by the fact that you likely won't even need multiple gears, since the 750-watt motor makes quick work of getting up to speed and largely replaces the need for a low gear. But if you really want the gears back, you can get the RadRunner Plus, which also adds an LCD screen and suspension. As it stands, I'm fine with the LED display on the RadRunner 2 here, which is simple but effective, and I like the single speed since the lack of a derailleur is one less thing to adjust or worry about breaking in the future. Mo gears, mo problems, as they say. The 20 mile per hour top speed is usually fine by me, though I'll admit there are definitely times that I wish I could go faster, like when I'm on the side of a big road with cars passing me quickly. But for normal city riding where cars don't often go this fast, and for leisurely recreational riding, 20 miles per hour is probably good for most people. The rest of the components all feel pretty good, even if they fall in the lower to middle tier of the component company's hierarchies. Things like the Tektro brake levers and calipers are all good parts, even if they're not fancy, and I always liked how even though Rad may use standard brake levers and calipers like many other e-bikes, they pay extra for a higher quality braking compound on the pads to offer shorter stopping distances. And good quality brake pads are important, since you never know when someone is going to just assume you're a slow pedal bike and pull out in front of you thinking they probably have enough time. The confidence of brakes that stop quickly with every pull just cannot be overstated. I'm also a big fan of the step-through frame. It's just so easy to hop on and off the bike, which is part of the RadRunner 2's awesome utility. And speaking of utility, I mentioned how it's great for cargo and strapping just about anything to that rear rack, but it's also great for passengers. If you get the passenger kit, it's easy to install and it can add a passenger seat and foot pegs for carrying kids or adults back there. There's also a grab bar option, so if you're two dudes, you can preserve your important masculinity and not have to hug each other, and instead just hold on to that grab bar. The bike's rated for up to 300 pounds or 140 kilos, so 2 adults or perhaps 1 adult and 2 kids is a definite possibility, depending on the adults in question. I love e-bikes that can carry passengers, because riding 2 up or even 3 up just opens so many possibilities and increases the bike's utility even further. All in all, I have to say that I'm a huge RadRunner 2 fan, and it's every bit as good as the original. That's largely because it just didn't change much from the original. It's got a slightly cushier seat for more comfort and a slightly updated head tube angle for more stability, but other than that, it's all based on the original RadRunner design that we all know and love. It's got great utility and awesome features, like the double kickstand for stable parking and the huge line of accessories that can be added to the bike. The price of $1,499 is a bit higher than the original, but prices have gone up for most e-bike companies since the original RadRunner came out. At this price, I still call it a great buy, though I would have loved to see some other parts included standard, like perhaps the fenders. But at least Rad doesn't upcharge for lights, since those are considered safety equipment and included on all bikes as standard equipment. And you gotta remember that you're getting more than just a bike here. You're getting the backing and support of the largest e-bike company in North America, at a time where customer service and support is paramount. Rad is so big that they can even offer services like their Rad Mobile, which is a bike shop in a van that can assemble and deliver your bike for you, or show up at your door to perform service or make repairs if you ever need it. That's something most companies can't offer, and something that a lot of people forget to factor into the price. So I still call the RadRunner 2 one of my favorite utility bikes out there, and it's always at the top of my recommendation list. If you're looking for a quality yet affordable utility e-bike, I'll definitely recommend it to you too. There's an affiliate link in the description below, so you can snag it at its current best price, and using our link helps support us making these reviews. Before I sign off, don't forget to put a comment down below and let us know what you think of the RadRunner 2.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that review of the RadRunner 2. If you did, why don't you give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.